Louis Braille. Louis Braille was a French educator and the inventor of a reading and writing system named after him, Braille, intended for use by visually impaired people. His system is used worldwide and remains virtually unchanged to this day. Louis Braille was born in Coupray on 4th January 1809. He and his three elder siblings lived with their parents, Simon Rennie and Monique. Simon Rennie maintained a successful enterprise as a leatherer and maker of horse tack. As soon as Braille could walk, Braille's time was spent playing in his father's workshop. At the age of 3, he was playing with some of the tools, trying to make holes in a piece of leather with an awl. Squinting closely at the surface, he pressed down hard to drive the point in, and the awl glanced across the tough leather and stabbed him in one of his eyes. A local physician bound and patched the affected eye and even arranged for Braille to be met the next day in Paris by a surgeon, but no treatment could save the damaged organ. The young boy suffered for weeks as the wound became severely infected. He eventually lost sight in the other eye, likely due to sympathetic ophthalmia. Braille survived the torment of the infection, but by the age of 5, he was completely blind in both eyes. Under his parents' care and efforts, he learned to navigate the village and country paths with canes his father hewed for him, and he grew up seemingly at peace with his disability. Braille studied in Coupray until the age of 10. Because of his intelligence and diligence, Braille was permitted to attend one of the first schools for blind children in the world, the Royal Institute for Blind Youth, since renamed to the National Institute for Blind Youth in Paris. In 1821, Braille learned of a communication system devised by Charles Babbage. Babbage's code of raised dots inspired Braille to develop a system of his own. Braille was determined to invent a system of reading and writing that could bridge the gap in communication between the sighted and the blind. Braille reworked Babbage's system by simplifying its form and maximizing its efficiency. He made uniform columns for each letter and reduced the maximum of 12 raised dots to 6. His first version used both dots and dashes. He published this version in 1829. Braille created his own raised dot system using Babbage's slate and stylus tools. Braille had always been a sickly child, and his condition worsened in adulthood. Despite the lack of a cure at the time, Braille lived with the illness for 16 years. By the age of 40, he was forced to relinquish his position as a teacher. When his condition reached mortal danger, he was admitted to the infirmary at the Royal Institution, where he died in 1852. Because of the overwhelming insistence of the blind pupils, Braille's system was finally adopted by the Institute in 1854, 2 years after his death. The system spread throughout the French-speaking world.